wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to this England versus Slovenia pre-game chat for the game what is happening tomorrow in the Euros. So before we head over to Robbie and Haru, who haven't turned up, the referee tomorrow is Clement Tupin, and the game is on ITV1 and ITVX. In the Euros, he's had 1 appearance, he's dished out 3 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, 1 penalty. In the UEFA Champions League, he's had 5 appearances, he's dished out 20 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, 3 penalties. He's had a Europa League game, he's had 1 appearance and he's had 4 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. He's had a UEFA Europa Conference League 4 league game. He's had 1 appearance there, 2 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. He's had a European playoff. He's had 1 appearance, 5 second yellows, no second yellows, 1 red, no penalties. In the UEFA Champions League qualifier, he's had 1 appearance, 5 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In League 1, he's had 17 games, 62 yellow cards, 2 second yellows, 3 reds, 4 penalties. In the UEFA Pro League, he's had 1 appearance, no yellows, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In the Copa de France, he's had 2 appearances, 5 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, and 1 penalty. In the League 2, he's had 2 appearances, he's dished out 3 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. He's had 32 appearances altogether, he's dished out 109 yellow cards, he's dished out 2 second yellows, 6 red cards, and 10 penalties. So, 2 seconds. So, Miss Diane has joined. She should be able to hear me. Can you hear me, Miss Diane?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. So we're just chatting about just going through the referee for tomorrow's game. But then I'm going to go back now to the Denmark game. So what were your thoughts on the Denmark game, Diane?
My thoughts is I was nearly falling asleep. It was like watching Bradford City sometimes, sit back and relax when we scored a goal. That's how it was. I had it on in the background, I just nearly fell asleep. But never mind. It's over and done with now. But the players need to think that they're playing for the shirt and the country and the pride, not about the wages. Because sometimes I think they were thinking about how much they get paid a week to play football. And they played crap.
And Haru, what was your thoughts on the Denmark game?
Absolutely shocking. If you didn't know, obviously at the end of the game, Gareth Southgate came out on the interview saying that we don't have a proper replacement for, who is it? Calvin Phillips or something like that. And I'm like, an absolutely disgrace. I've heard a lot of people saying that they should sack Gareth and bring another manager in, like Jurgen Klopp, for example. And it was absolutely awful, that game performance. Kane needs to buckle up, and he was, in the midfield area when he should have been upwards, because when they were, I can't remember who had the ball, but they were trying to pass it to Kane and they couldn't find him. He was in the midfield area with all the other players, and he should have been more upwards, so he could have gotten the ball and could run down the wing with it and could have scored. Absolutely shocking performance from England that day.
And Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. It's good. Probably not the best performance I've seen, but it can only get better, right? I don't know, that's basically, I literally fell asleep, literally like 70th minute in. We didn't close them down due to their goal. I thought we should have done a lot better then. I heard, is it Trent what's not been picked? And Gallagher's replaced him, I think, for the next game, so that should be something to look forward to, I guess. So yeah. But we've got the point. Just go on to tomorrow, see how we do.
Yeah, watching the game, I was pretty bored. I like rested and nearly falling asleep watching it. I just don't understand how the pitch was digging up so badly through the game. I don't know if it's just been relayed, but it was just shocking how every 2 minutes you just saw pitch getting dug up, really.
Have they taken our pitch from last season?
That's what I was about to say.
Probably.
Who rolled the ankle? Were it Walker or Trippier?
I think it's Trippier who's out.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, it's Trippier. It's Trippier.
So, moving on to the Slovenia game. So, starting with Diane, would you stick with the same team of Pickford, Walker, Stone, Gola, Trippier, Folan, Rice, Bellingham, Gallagher, Saka and Kane? Or would you change it about and add a few players?
I'd give other players a chance as well. Because why has he got Cole Palmer on the bench when he's played well for Chelsea all season and he's not even putting him on the pitch? I think that they should swap it up a bit. Keep Pickford, keep those that played well, but other ones just swap it around, see what happens. Why is Foden getting in the squad again? Things like that. So I just think he should swap it around, but give other players a chance, start them. When Watkins came on, he played brilliantly. So I don't know why you just don't give them people like that a chance.
Yeah. Haru?
Yeah, I actually completely agree with Diane. We need to give the other lads a chance, like you said, Ollie Watkins. He was amazing when he was in the game. I think for the Slovenia game, we should take Kane off and replace him with Watkins just for that game, because there's no doubt of a chance that we will beat Slovenia, but you never know. They could scrap up a goal and that's it for us. Plus with I'm pretty sure Bellingham, he played good. I think we should keep it and completely change the squad up a bit. Like Cole Palmer, like Diane said, give Cole Palmer a chance because he would play so brilliantly well for Chelsea, and Ollie Watkins a chance.
Robert?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably save a couple of key players, obviously due to late group stage, basically, like last game. Yeah, I'd bench Bellingham, take Kane off. I'll probably take Foden off as well. I know he likes to drive forward with the ball, but I'll take him off. You don't want him to get injured, and obviously you rely on Watkins for the rest of the tournament. It's not like that.
Yeah, team needs changing, doesn't it? It's like, and probably Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to get dropped due to his ball passing, but the thing is with the ball passing, if there's nobody there to get it, it's classed as a bad pass.
I'd probably put a weak side out for the first half. See how we do. Then if it is like we're winning 2-0 at half time, at least we've saved the best players of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the Slovenia game, what else do you think needs changing?
The tactics.
The pitch, it was awful.
Are you there, Si?
I am, yeah. I've just packed up. It's my grandma's Chinese night, isn't it? So
you've been nicking our crackers.
Yeah. Well, I'm not today because I've put loads of weight on something, and I'm gonna just ease off for it a bit. But I had every intention of tuning in at 6 o'clock. So apologies, I'm late.
Don't worry about it. So what was your thoughts? I know you're eagerly getting your Chinese. That's going to be later on when we tell you what's on your plate. What were your thoughts on the Denmark game?
I thought I was wrong with my prediction. 4-0 I said, didn't I? And I felt as if we were playing chess without the right pieces or without knowing how to play. It was a bit weird because I didn't know who was playing or where. Kane, I think I've got heat stroke here. Was doing all the way back there. Maybe that was the reasoning why we just had no meaningful attack, but we couldn't seem to pull 3 or 4 passes together either. And I don't think it was Denmark playing well, although credit where credit's due, they did snuff us out. But I don't know. I honestly cannot I think there's more questions than answers after that game.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on the Slovenia game? Do you think changes need to be afoot?
So, yeah. Yeah, I think he's just announced some changes that someone's been dropped. I haven't seen that team news yet. Yeah, I think now there has to. Yeah, there has to. What changes? I don't know. I think Alexander-Arnold is going to take a lot of flack, probably unwarranted as well, to be honest with you, because I don't think there was a game plan. I think they played to probably what Southgate told them. And as I said, I've seen Southgate manage before, at Middlesbrough, and he relegated a half decent Middlesbrough team. That team should not have been relegated. And he did that. And we never thought we'd see him manage again, let alone get the England gig. I think we're sort of seeing where Southgate is with his tactics. I think he's a nice guy, but I think that's what the FA wants. I don't even know if that's answered any of the questions that you've asked me, but I don't know, but I don't think it makes any difference to Southgate either. I don't think he knows.
Okay, and we'll get Lee is a bit Lee, who's joined, is a bit poorly today, so he's just listening. He won't be speaking. So get well soon, Lee. Starting off with the predictions for tomorrow's game, we'll get rid of the boring part. So, what do you think the score will be tomorrow, Diane?
I have no idea. Just hope England bloody score. I'm going to say 2-1. I'll let Slovenia score. I'm going 2-1.
Sai?
Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to win by 2 goals, whether that be 3-1, whatever. I don't know where we're going to get the goals from, but we have got the quality there to do it. But we're also looking shaky at the back, so I think we'll win by 2 goals, and that is me being absolutely optimistic and probably having a bit too much sun today.
Haru?
I'm thinking Slovenia will score first. I'm thinking the full time will be 2-1 to England, because I've got a pretty much sure that someone's going to score in the 90th minute for England, and I'm pretty sure England will score in the second half, Slovenia will score in the first half.
And Robbie?
I'm going to go with a comfortable 3-0 win. Watkins to get on score sheet as well.
Okay, and I think England are going to win 3-1 and no idea who's going to score. So we're going to move on to the part where really everybody's here. Forget about England. It's on about now to the latest Bradford City news. And we've had a couple of stories break in the last couple of hours and days. So I'm going to start off with you were like watching paint dry, but it was actually really good to watch. Fixing the pitch video, what the club tweeted out. Has anybody seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
I started watching it, but don't forget, I got a picture of the pitch when I got back from Cyprus.
It was.
Don't talk about that.
He was still questioning the drainage though at the end. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He did say fingers crossed. A nice way to put it.
I reckon we're just going to end up in the same boat as we always do with pitch.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that the pitch gets a bit better than what we played last season, because last season was absolutely awful.
I think pitch were that bad though due to the Stockport game. I don't think that should have gone ahead.
Yeah, you've got to remember as well where we are.
That did ruin it.
Where we are at Valley Parade, the water goes down from Manningham Lane, so it could sneak in. That's probably why we got that as well. But hey ho.
Yeah.
So, anyone else want to talk about the pitch, or is that it? How's life a pitch?
Looks good at the moment. Looks good.
Okay, right. Now I'm going to move on to Diane's favourite player.
Oh, God.
Okie Koki.
Okie dokie. I thought you were talking Sam then.
Okie Koki has basically gone to Hearts on a full-time deal. He's got the number 5. What was your thoughts on Okie Koki? But I'm not pronouncing his name correctly, so I do apologise if I'm finding it.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I liked him. It was a good play, just a pity his time for Hearts. But hey ho, that's life, innit? We get players in, loan players, we play them well, they play well for us, and then they go back to the clubs and the clubs sell them to other players. But I wish him well against Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone to like it's not, so I would like, I don't know, it's like National League, I would reckon, like Scottish Premier League. It's not brilliant.
I was absolutely surprised that he went to Hearts. I was absolutely surprised.
And anyone else want to talk about Okioki, or is that footballer sailed?
I just thought he was an average player. Like, he didn't stand out for me. I didn't go, oh, he's the man. I don't think I went to one game where I thought he was the man of the match. For us.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, but I think Hearts is probably a good move for him, probably the best. And see where it goes from there. I think Jamie Walker probably did his reference for him. So yeah.
So
I think you're right. Yeah, I think I think you are right. I think that's going to be an awesome move for him. I think he wasn't better than the club, don't get me wrong, but I think he's got more potential.
Yeah, I think it's probably a sidestep for him instead of actually a forward or back.
Yeah, and I think this is critical for his career. If it's a success here, we'll be all gutted, think, well, we could have had him, but we might not have made him the player that he would end up being anyway.
He didn't make many mistakes.
Yeah,
he didn't stand out though, did he? He's not one of them like Brad Hallidays or stuff like that. Jamie Walker, he's not one of them who always gets in all the time. I know he's in the back four and he stays there and he does his job, fair enough. But he just didn't stand out for me. He didn't push forward or get an assist or stuff like that, or a header in the corner or something like that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I agree. Everything you said, absolutely agree.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a sidestep, but I think it could be a move that makes him as well.
So, also, the Mickey Mouse Trophy, the Bristol Street Motors Trophy has been revealed. City will face two League One sides in the Bristol Street Trophy. We have got Mansfield and Rotherham also will be getting a Premier League team, / under 21 team, from Aston Villa, Everton, Man United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest or Wolves. So what's people's thoughts on the draw for that?
I think it's a good draw. Because it's like a Yorkshire derby with Rotherham. We got Barnsley last year in it. Yorkshire derbies. If we get Liverpool under 21s, we beat them last season. But I think we might, I hope we get Newcastle under 21s. I don't know why, I want Newcastle.
Did they lose 8-0 a couple of months ago?
Liverpool under 21s?
Newcastle, yeah, they went to Australia.
Newcastle, yeah. Well,
they got annihilated in Australia, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
That were end of the season, wasn't it? When they're complaining about playing FA Cup replays, and then they go play in Australia after the season.
Yep.
You know what Premier League are like?
Tony, are you there?
Yes.
So, what was your thoughts on the Denmark game?
In a nutshell, very poor. I do believe that Anthony Gordon and Cole Palmer should have been playing to give us that speed of attacking rather than just defending where that Declan Rice does. Southgate needs to go. Well, it needs a change. We want attacking football, not boring, because that's all it was, boring. And I would like to see Anthony Gordon and Cole Palmer start. Conor Gallagher, whoever told him he were a decent footballer, well, I don't know, because I don't rate him at all. I think you need young blood in there. At the end of the day, he's been there 8 years, and no's changed under England. It's still the same tippy-tappy sideways football.
So do you think there'll be changes afoot for the Slovenia game?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to see Anthony Gordon and possibly Cole Palmer start.
I don't think he'll do that though. I think he'll stick to his word and try and prove a point. That's what he's normally like.
Yeah.
Oh, totally agree with you.
He literally doesn't listen to anybody. I think he said in one interview he don't even have like socials open for like a month. He just does his own thing.
But that's what it's crying out for, young kids. Look at Spain with them two young uns.
And then we've had I know I'm butchering his name. Okikoki has got the Hearts, Tony. What's your thoughts on that?
No big loss, really. I didn't rate him.
Last but not least, Tony, we're just catching you up here. I don't know if you've seen it or missed it. Bradford City have been drawn against Rotherham and Mansfield in the EFL Trophy, and also another under-21s team. Is it a good draw for you? Do you like that draw?
I think I do like the competition, that only if we play, obviously Mansfield and Rotherham, if them two teams send a decent first team squad, I think it'll be a good test for us. I really do. But you know what they're like. We always seem to play people that aren't getting regular game time. It's not bad. Do we want to be going any further in it, or do we want to concentrate on getting out of this Tin Pot League?
And does anybody else want to talk about the EFL trophy thing?
I think it's just money into the club. I think even if we favour a couple of key players and just do stuff like that, it's just money into the club. I think it helped last season as well, getting money into that. And it's a nice day out for the family as well. Cheaper tickets for some people who can't afford it.
Yeah. And, moving on now to ex-Bradford boss Mark Hughes. He's been linked with the Wales job. But apparently Mark Hughes has described his City's sacking as ludicrous as the lineup potential second shot as Wales managers. So do you think they were glad to get rid of Hughesy or not? Diana, and then we'll work across.
I'll just give you before anyone speaks. That's from the Sun though, so don't believe everything.
Yeah, some newspaper, a load of bollocks. But the Telegraph and Argos has just basically put that out. So what did you make of Mark Hughes' manager, Diane?
Crap. That's my word, crap. And if he does Wales again, good luck to him, but then didn't qualify, so hey ho.
Tony?
I thought he was very poor. He brought too many players in and never give them a proper chance. It wouldn't have been my choice when it were advertised. Obviously, his son sent the CV in, and Sparks has thought, "Oh yeah, Mark Hughes, yeah, ex-Premier League manager, yeah, let's get him in." His football were crap, poor. And then what he did when he took Banks off in second leg, that were a killer for me. And I just turned around to my mate and I just said, he needs to go now. I mean, I'm not saying if Banks had have stopped on, Carlisle would have not got that goal, but he was our best player by far.
Yeah.
But he went with a plan of holding on to that 1-0 lead, and you know yourself, we can't defend a lead.
Yeah. I sort of agree with what you say in relation to Hughesy. I think it was too much of a big drop for him. Let's face it, even at 60-year-old, he was probably still going to be better than half the players that he was managing. And it was probably too much of a drop for him. He is probably more suited with a little bit of cash and, a profile. I got caught in the hype with it. I think I touched on this last week. He was one of the reasons why I committed and got the season ticket for that first year. Because I felt Bradford are going somewhere. This is it. We are going somewhere. And again, taking Banks off on that second leg, I think we'd run out of steam through 5 games. If the season had finished 5 games earlier, everyone would have been happier. We really would have, because we were just running on empty at that point. And I don't know why, because as you said, we were just defending. We were trying to defend a 1-0 lead. I don't know. I still got mixed feelings about him, I'll be completely honest. I think he is right in some respects in what he says, that the sacking was a little bit ridiculous, but sometimes you've got to strike. There's no point making something which is a bit of a dilemma into a catastrophe before you then make that decision. So I do see both sides of the story, if I'm honest.
Haru?
Basically, when I remember when Mark Hughes first got appointed to the Bantams, I was like, all right, so we've got an ex-Prem player, an ex-Prem manager who also managed QPR. He could do something for us. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt on a couple of the games. Like, yeah, he's just getting into the job, but like, yeah, he made mistakes from time to time, but I was actually really happy when we got to the playoff semi-finals because and then when like I said, like what all you guys said, when he took Banks off in the second half, I think that's when we just dropped it. Because I do remember when I went to the first leg, when Jim Walker scored, absolutely phenomenal that was, and then we went to Carlisle in the second. Basically, I remember the Brad Halliday own goal. I still remember that to this day. But yeah, Mark Hughes, he must have gone for a more defensive style rather than the normal attacking, because what I was thinking, he was just trying to put Premier League tactics into League Two. That's what I was thinking. So that's why I think we lost the playoff semi-finals in Carlisle. That's why he's been sacked after Tranmere Rovers 2-0 loss.
And last but not least, Robbie.
Still scratching my head, to be honest. I think he was a nice bloke, don't get me wrong. Tactics, want it. Lost half of the dressing room. I think my final game, what he had was Tranmere away, if I believe. I think we lost 2-1.
Yes, it was.
It just wasn't, like, when you're in the stadium watching it, it wasn't nice to watch. Like, fair enough if he's got tactics in his head and players ain't up to standard, that's not his fault. But is the one who's picking the lineup, is the one who's telling him what to do. But for me, I had no issue with him, but he just wasn't the right man for the right job. And obviously, if you don't do your job long enough, you're not good at it, you are going to get sacked. But yeah, that's basically it. Good luck with him on the Wales job, but I had no hate against him or anything.
And then also we've had a bit more news come out. Charlie Wyke, he did alright in his first spell, and then he buggered off to Wigan and I think Rotherham, and he's now a free agent. And there's rumours spreading on social media, and then Simon Parker has now done an article. City did make an offer for Charlie Wyke, but they are currently not in fresh talks with him. The club heavily linked with a former striker, reported from respectable national journalist Alan Nixon, claiming they're in discussion. The Telegraph and Argos understands why they're a mark, but the Bantams did try to bring him back to Valley Parade in January. So would you, starting with Diane again, I just like starting with Diane and walking across, would you like Charlie Wyke back at the club, and why would you want him back? And if not, why?
It's always the same rumour. Charlie Wyke or Billy Sharp's going to be signing every season for us. That is always the rumour. I'm not quite sure about Charlie Wyke. Why come back to somebody else that you've been to? If he comes back, good on him. But you've seen all the attackers we've got. Do we need another attacker? So, just because he's been out with Cookie and Gilly, don't mean to say that we're going to get him back. But like I say, it's always like the same rumours every year. Billy Sharp's coming to us. Charlie Wyke's coming. Just have to wait and see.
Do you want it?
No for me, because he's the same player as Cookie. So you couldn't play them both together. If we were to sign him, if I were manager, he'd just be a bench option. And then if it's not working for Cookie, then you bring him on with 25 minutes to go, see what he can do. And remember, he's got a pacemaker fitted or something for his heart.
Yeah,
so that'd be a big negative for me.
At Wigan or something.
Yeah, we're either Wigan or where else has he been?
I don't know. It was Wigan. He was training, wasn't he? And he collapsed.
That's right, he did.
And that lot at Wigan. So yeah, he has got a pacemaker.
I think up front, if Cookie stays fit and Kavanagh, Tyler Smith. First season, you've got to give him that, but I still think we're lacking in midfield. Thank you. I still think we're lacking a ball-winning midfielder of a Gary Jones type, somebody that will get ball and go forward instead of bloody like crabs side by side.
Yeah, I think after his injury, let's call it an injury, when he was at Wigan, he's not been the same player. And it might be that he's not given it the same amount of effort because he's always going to have that worry. He is good, and he would be good if we didn't have Cookie. But we've got Cookie. What's the point? He is the same player. If Cookie, if someone come in and put a bid in for Cookie and he went, then yeah, definitely. But other than that, do you know what? No. There's a we do need a midfielder, certainly over a Cookie Mark II.
Haru?
Yeah, same here. Like, it's every single year that we get the same rumours about them two coming back to us. But yeah, just like what Tony said, we need a Gary Jones type of midfielder. I'm still struggling to think what's Bradford going to do for this season's transfer, because obviously we have signed some new players, I have seen, and they have been really good. But I just don't understand is why they bought by some midfielders from Stockport want to leave League One and go just still play League Two. That just don't know about that. But yeah, I don't think we need them to back up Bradford, because we've got a range of attacking players to choose from. Yeah, Cookie is getting older. He's getting more be able to play as much game time as normal, but he's our still main striker. And then we've got other options like Kavanagh, Smith, and all them. So I don't think we should have them two back into Bradford.
You see, in hindsight and all, we have still got what you could call a new signing to come back in Jake Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jake's been at St George's Park, hasn't he? And he's been given the all clear to do pre-season. And it was good to see the picture of him today doing the pre-season.
He's going to be like a new player for us, because we didn't see much of him when he come back, because of his. I think he was injured when he came back.
He had an injury, which said,
ankle injury.
Graham Alexander said that he'll be back next season. Well, this season now coming, he'll be back in action.
Yeah, because we all thought it was just a cover up because he was going to be leaving.
Yeah, so I'm glad. I'll be glad to see Jake Young back in action with the Bantams.
Robert?
I think for the youngsters, probably bring him back, but I think we would have to get rid of, probably, what's it called, Oliver. Probably strikers what we ain't probably even going to use anymore. Obviously, I did hear he's like Cookie. He is. I think Cookie's more of a hold-up player now than actually up front top striker. I think Canavan's probably just going to take his spot or something. Yeah, I'd like to save the money though. I wouldn't take him in. I'd rather just get a left back sorted, get it all done and get ready. And then maybe if we do need a striker, if Oliver goes or whatever, and then bring him in January and go from there.
And we're going now into the last 16 minutes, because I've decided to shorten the podcast a little bit because I can put the whole lot on TikTok, so it's a bit of a Brucey bonus. So, with the fixture release on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, who would you want your first game of the season? First game. Who would you want for Boxing Day, and who do you want for the last game of the season? We'll start off with Diana and just work our way across.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind Carlisle somewhere. You know me, why? I wouldn't mind Carlisle at home, first game of the season.
Same.
I wonder why.
Oh, yeah. He might not be playing.
Hey, he will be playing.
Just to break it to you, Diane, Carlisle have actually bought another goalkeeper in.
The what?
Yeah.
They better not drop my Harry.
So who would you want then for Christmas time, Diane?
Harrogate. So it'd be local derby.
Yep.
And
last game?
Oh, do you know that's a toughie? You wouldn't know. I don't know for the last game. Trying to work out. Bromley at home.
Ooh, okay.
There you go.
Tony?
I wouldn't mind Chesterfield at home first game. Boxing Day. Good question. I think I've got to agree with Diane Haddiger. You want a low. You don't want to be travelling like in seasons gone by. We've been to bloody Carlisle on a Boxing Day. They should keep it I know it's hard to do.
Bloody amateurs, all of you. You're amateurs. You want it local.
I've been to Hartlepool on Boxing Day. It's bloody cold.
The last game of the season. I'm hoping by then we've gone up as champions, so I'm not really bothered.
Alright, Si?
Well, you'd like to think eventually you'd like Man City at first and maybe Newcastle on Boxing Day. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
What have you been drinking, Si?
I told you, we've got a lot of sun up here. We've got a lot of sun in Sedgefield today. Let's have Harrogate at home. Sorry, it doesn't matter, home or away on Boxing Day. It's always nice to have an away game on Boxing Day, isn't it? It's just the travelling is the issue. But first game of the season, I don't know, Carlisle, because it's nice at Carlisle this time of year. Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? A last game, I don't think it'll matter. We would have already wrapped up the league at that point, so I couldn't care less. We would have won it with 3 games to go, so we can have anyone. We'll have anyone here. But right. I agree. I think for everyone who doesn't have to travel, maybe a home game then for Boxing Day, because I know travelling is a nightmare. But yeah, last game of the season, I don't care because it doesn't matter. Whatever's going to cause the best party atmosphere, then I'm happy with that.
And Haru? Are you there, Haru?
I'm thinking. Let's see. I'd take Carlisle at home for first game. What we got then? Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah.
Oh, I'll take Harrogate. Harrogate either home or away. I'm not bothered about that. But that's not far. Obviously, it's a Yorkshire. That'll be a derby. It won't be far from Bradford, obviously. And then for the last game at season, I'm not bothered because I agree with these guys. I'll probably wrapped up the season by then, so I don't really care about last game.
Robert?
Opening game, probably Grimsby at home. Took a decent following last season towards us. I think it'd be a good atmosphere for the opening game. Boxing Day, probably Doncaster away.
Oh, yeah.
Class. I think that was class last year.
For
the last game, I'll go a bit random and I'll go with Port Vale away. I think that'd be good.
I hope we start off with a home game. I don't know, Chesterfield at home or something like that. Boxing Day, something local, Harrogate, I would say. I agree with most of you there. And last game at season, a home game against, I would say Newport, but like we say, it won't bother, we'll be up as champions. And also, we have got the Carabao Cup.
Oh, good lord.
Draw happening as well. So I'm going to throw that in and say, who would you want in the Carabao Cup, home or away? It doesn't really matter, but we'll start with Diana and work our way across.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a Yorkshire derby against Huddersfield or Leeds in first round. You know what I mean? I'd rather have it at home, because if we got one of them, I've got Leeds fans at work, I've got Huddersfield fans at work, I'd be able to take piss out of them when we beat them.
Well, you won't get Leeds, will you, first round?
We will, they've gone in.
Leeds and Huddersfield have gone into the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
I didn't think Championship. I mean, I know Town got relegated, but I wouldn't have thought Championship teams.
No, they do.
It's Premier League. It's Premier League champ. Every club, every league, as long as the clubs are doing good, they get put into the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, next round, the ones that are in Europe are in it from Premier League. So, yeah, don't forget Leeds crumble, so they're not in Premier League. So yeah, they're in first round. So I'd have one of them two at home.
Okay, and who have we got next? Tony, who would you like?
I'd like Huddersfield. We haven't played them for quite a while. And they are poor.
Oh, I wish this were in bloody order. So in the Carabao Cup, it's Accrington Stanley, Barnsley, Barrow, Blackburn, Blackpool, Bolton, Bradford went number 7, Burton, Carlisle, Chesterfield, Crewe Alexandra, Derby, Doncaster Rovers, Fleetwood Town, Grimsby, Harrogate, Huddersfield Town, Hull, Leeds United, Lincoln, Mansfield, Middlesbrough, Markham, Port Vale, Notts County, Preston North End, Rotherham, Salford, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Shrewsbury Town, Stockport County, Stoke, Sunderland, Tranmere, West Bromwich Albion, Wigan and Wrexham in the North section.
Oh, good lord.
Well, it's not. That's not bad, is it? Because you know you're not going to be travelling out of London or South Coast or anywhere like that on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That's true. Because can you imagine it, travelling down to the South Coast, at least to do North-South at the moment, and then they take it up to mixing it up then.
So just one word from you then, guys. Obviously, Diane's also said, I think you said yours, haven't you, Diane? Have you said yours, Tony?
Yeah, that's like Huddersfield.
Si?
Middlesbrough away, clearly.
Ooh. That's on your doorstep, innit, Si?
Yeah, it's only a few miles, so yeah, I could even...
Not too bad then.
I could get the bus there then. I'll get the wife to...
Oh, we'll have Middlesbrough at home.
Sorry?
No, we're getting Middlesbrough at Valley Parade.
That happened last year, and honestly, that was weird. Sort of sat with, I was in the home end, seeing all the Borough fans fill out at the.
All 10 of them.
Yeah. Oh no, there was quite a few. I think it was 3,000 that they took. They always do. They have a good following, Borough, and seeing a few of my mates before we were going in, and yeah, that was quite good. I'd like Middlesbrough away. Yeah, Middlesbrough away, just to be selfish.
Okay. Haru?
Oh God, I'd love to say Leeds because I work with my job. Where I work, I've got friends who are Leeds fans, Huddersfield fans, a lot of other football club fans. But one of my mates, Connor, he's an actual die-hard Leeds fan, and he keeps on banging on that Leeds will definitely beat Bradford in another game. And obviously, I used to argue with that, and he used to bring up all the times where Bradford used to get battered 8-0 against Leeds, back in 1990s, like when Leeds were Bradford were in the Premier League, and I just love to take on. I would just love for Bradford to take on Leeds just to see the look on my mate's face at Valley Parade, because he'd have to travel all the way to Valley Parade just to watch the game.
Robert?
I'd probably take one of the Sheffield clubs. I'd have them away. I think it'd be a good day out.
I'm going to say I've got to agree with Haru on this, because I know I've got a couple of Leeds fans watching, especially Darren.
Darren follows me as well.
Yeah, home or away, I'm not bothered. Right, coming now to the last 7 minutes or so. Does anybody want to rant about, chat about, or vent about anything? Diane?
No, not really, but I'm glad to see that the lads are back in training, and I love the new training tops.
Oh, I've just seen it now.
I love the new training tops, and I'd rather get one of them than the shirt this season. Depends what the shirt's like, but yeah, it's good to see the lads are back in training. And they all look fit as well. Do you know, like, they don't look like they're putting any weight on. And Cookie doesn't look like he's put any weight on this pre-season. So we'll just have to wait and see. And Sam looks fit as usual, but never mind that.
So before Diane gets an Asbo, Tony?
I just hope, and it is a big hope, but I know it won't happen. I just hope Smallwood don't get as much game time next season, because I do not rate him at all.
I hope they take captaincy off him. I know that sounds awful. I hope they give it to Halliday or somebody and take captaincy off Smallwood.
Si?
Sorry, I just popped in. Sorry, I've missed it with the last 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. What was the question?
Do you want to chat about, vent about, chat about anything?
Oh, God, how can you vent about anything when the weather's as glorious as this? I think I just caught the Richie Smallwood thing there as well, actually. And I think with Richie Smallwood, I think he's a really good player. I just don't think this is probably the right environment for him. That's all. He is decent. I mean, you don't go from Championship and drop down a couple of leagues and just be terrible. He's probably, would I say he's too good for it? No, but I think maybe we might need to look to move him on, especially while he's worth a bit of money.
Okay, and Haru?
Oh, good lord! What do I need? What do I have to say? Is the thing right? Is that my mate? Obviously, my mate. He keeps on banging on about all this like he keeps saying to me I should leave Bradford and come become a Leeds fan, and I'm like, are you mad? Do you know what? Can I find it funny that he wants me to be a Leeds fan, yeah? And he says, oh, Leeds have got the better atmosphere than Bradford. I'm like, I really don't care, because Bradford's home for a lot of fans who obviously live in Bradford. And who wants to be a Leeds fan that lives in Bradford? Because obviously, it's funny how they say that Leeds are better than Bradford, but I'm like, yeah, the city might be better than Bradford. Don't get me wrong, but Bradford is... the city itself, not the club, is absolutely terrible with what's going on in Foster Square, but I think the club is just home for me and a lot of other fans as well. Like, I remember growing up and just watching the games and just remember like the 2013 players, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And last but not least, Robbie.
Nothing to rant about, but I'd like to see a left back entering our doors this week, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
And everybody's favourite feature, especially Sai, because I'm going to rename this as Sai's Special Tuesday, or whatever it is. Sai's Food Special. What's on your plate, Diane? What have you had for your tea?
I've had lamb steak and steamed vegetables, because don't forget I've got to try lose 5.5 pounds.
Yeah, you got bollocking last week from
I didn't get bollocking about it, but I knew I'd put it on. And if anybody don't know about when they're saying about an Asbo, I've got a thing about the goalkeeper, Sam Walker. So you've got to understand when I keep talking about Sam and Harry.
I understand what you mean, Diane. I understand.
I've had chickens, new potatoes, and salad.
Nice.
Because I'm on.
We all know you're having a Chinese. What's in your Chinese?
On the ticket, I've just picked it up. I'm just outside the play. My grand's place.
We can't hear you, Si.
Oh, can you not hear me?
You're really quiet.
Oh, right, okay. I'm sorry. Can you hear me or not?
You're really, really quiet.
Well, let me try. Oh, I don't know whether this is helping.
Yeah. Gonna move on to Haru, Si. I can't really hear you, mate.
No worries, yeah.
Haru?
Yep.
What's on your plate?
What's on my plate tonight? One of my mates' older brother's getting married. So I'm having a bachelor party for him tonight. So we're taking him to a restaurant. So I'm most likely gonna have steak and chips. We're gonna go to the Gordon Ramsay restaurant in, I think, Liverpool, is it? Yeah, Liverpool.
Oh, you've got your checkbook.
Yep.
I'm not fucking paying.
And last but not least, Robbie.
I've had homemade curry, which is quite nice.
What, chicken, beef, pork?
Chicken tikka.
Oh.
Plain and simple.
Don't get me starving. I'm not going to run with
And I have had nice... what did I have? I had steak and potatoes. And... oh, this is all going pizza. Move that down there. So I know you've sent me some. I can't read it at a minute. Right, so let's press that button there. Diane?
Yes. Yeah.
You mute people for me. It won't let me do it again.
I'll mute myself a second.
Alright. So I want to say thank you everybody for coming along today. Thanks for Diane, Tony, Sai, Haru, Robbie, Lee. Also get well soon, mate. If you like what you're listening to, we've got a podcast out, Chickens on the Loose, on every single podcast service site going. Also, we've got a small Facebook page on Facebook, and that is Up the Chickens on Facebook. We do golden goal every game, every England game, and also every Bradford game, home and away. Also, we'll be doing a Super 6 again, I think, this year. We'll have to get confirmation from Callie. Thanks for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And I know Chris isn't here today, but come on, England!
See a somersault now, you'll get a double. City to life.